Janelle Patton was a 29-year-old Australian woman who was brutally murdered on Norfolk Island, a small Australian territory in the Pacific Ocean. Her case remains one of the most infamous crimes in the island's history, as it was the first known murder there in over a century. Janelle Patton was born in Australia and moved to Norfolk Island in 2001 in search of a new life. She worked at the Castaway Hotel and was well known among locals. Though she had a reputation for being outgoing, independent, and hardworking, some residents reportedly found her to be strong-willed and assertive, which may have led to tensions with certain individuals. Norfolk Island is a small, isolated community with a population of around 1,800 people. The island has a reputation for being peaceful, with little crime, which made Janelle's murder particularly shocking. On March 31, 2002, Easter Sunday, Janelle Patton went for a walk in the mid-morning, as she often did. She was last seen near a popular walking trail at approximately 10 a.m. Her body was discovered later that afternoon at Cockpit Waterfall Reserve, wrapped in plastic. The autopsy revealed that she had suffered multiple stab wounds, head injuries, and fractures. There was evidence suggesting she had been restrained and possibly tortured. The attack was brutal, indicating a personal or deeply motivated crime. Her murder sent shockwaves through the Norfolk Island community, which had not seen a violent crime of this magnitude in over a century. The investigation into Janelle's murder was one of the most extensive in Norfolk Island's history. The small community meant that everyone knew each other, and theories quickly spread about what had happened. Authorities faced several difficulties. 1. Lack of forensic resources. Norfolk Island had no forensic lab, meaning evidence had to be sent to mainland Australia for analysis. Community silence. Some residents were reluctant to speak to investigators, possibly out of fear or loyalty to suspects. 3. Multiple theories. Various rumors circulated, including the possibility that Janelle was murdered due to a personal vendetta, or that she may have witnessed something she shouldn't have. The case remained unsolved for 4 years, despite significant efforts by the police. In 2006, a major breakthrough came when a New Zealand chef, Glenn McNeil, was arrested for Janelle Patton's murder. At the time of the crime, McNeil had been working as a cook on Norfolk Island. Police connected him to the murder after receiving new information. In a dramatic turn, McNeil confessed to the murder during an interview with New Zealand police. He stated that he had accidentally hit Janelle with his car and then killed her in a panic. However, inconsistencies in his confession raised doubts about the full story. His version of events did not align with the nature of Janelle's injuries, which were far too severe to have resulted from an accident. McNeil was extradited to Australia, where he stood trial in 2007. The prosecution argued that the killing was deliberate and not an accident. They pointed to the brutal nature of the wounds and the fact that Janelle's body had been deliberately dumped in a remote location. In March 2007, McNeil was found guilty of Janelle Patton's murder and sentenced to 24 years in prison. He later attempted to retract his confession, claiming he had been coerced into admitting guilt. However, his appeals were unsuccessful. Despite McNeil's conviction, many unanswered questions remain. Some locals believe that others may have been involved in the murder. McNeil's claim that the killing was accidental has been widely disputed. The true motive behind the crime remains unclear. Janelle Patton's murder had a lasting impact on Norfolk Island. It shattered the perception of the island as a crime-free paradise and led to significant changes in local law enforcement and forensic investigation procedures.